All right. Hey, advocates, welcome back. It's Nakia here with Hutchin Homes, and today we are building an asset recovery business together. So, before we get started, let's talk about finding leads, skip tracing, calling claimants, getting paid. There's something we need to do first, and that's getting clarity. So, clarity is the first step to building this kind of a business. So, if you don't understand what an asset recovery business actually does, who it serves, and how you provide value, everything else is going to feel extremely complicated. So, today we're going to go back to the foundations. So, within the foundations, by the end of this training, I want you to understand these three things. What is an asset recovery business and what does it do? The difference between a mortgage and a tax foreclosure opportunity, and the third is what you actually need just to get started. So those are the three things that we're going to focus on in this video or in this training. So grab a notebook, or I don't know, record this, however you do, because I'm going to give you your first implementation assignment. Okay. So let's start with the most important question. What is an asset recovery business? So at its core, it is an business that makes you as an advocate. You're an advocate, and what you do is you help connect individuals with funds that may be owed to them through public records, and you help guide them through the recovery process, because they can do this on their own, but most people do not know about it. So let me simplify this even further. There are two words I want you to remember: find and inform. So you are finding opportunities, you're finding potential opportunities through public record, and you are informing people that money may be available to them. That's the foundation. You are finding and informing. And as an advocate, you may do research through public records. You can identify potential surplus funds through that. You can go through a paid service, which is what I do. You can locate the potential claimants. You can communicate with them through professional avenues, and we'll explain a little bit more on that. But you can also explain to them what you found and what the process is. And depending on your business model and the laws in your jurisdiction, because this is important, you may assist with administrative steps. You may possibly assist with notarization if you are a notary, document preparation, or coordinating with an attorney when legal representation is necessary or required in some cases. This is the thing. So, and there's one important thing that I want you to take note of. You need to understand the difference between providing an administrative service and providing legal advice. We're building a legitimate business. We're not trying to become attorneys if we're not attorneys. Now, of course, everybody wants to know, how do you get paid? So your compensation model can depend on the type and size of the recovery, and importantly, what your state permits. You may encounter businesses using like the upfront service fee. I do that in some circumstances, or the contingency arrangement, which that's also what I do, where compensation is tied to a successful recovery. That's what it is, but don't copy somebody else's fee structure just because you saw it online, okay? Know the laws and requirements where you're operating, where you choose to operate. That's part of building this business correctly. Now, here's another clarity moment. Asset recovery is not a job, okay? You're not applying somewhere and waiting for someone to hire you. You're not receiving like a regular check like a job. That's not the mind frame of being a business owner. You're building a service-based business. So that means you have to generate the opportunities. You have to find the people. You have to communicate with the potential clients. You have to follow up. You have to organize your files and all of the information that you gather from research. and you are the one who has to deliver your service professionally. Okay? This is also not a get quick or a get rich quick opportunity. Get it quick. It's not one of those. It can take some time, but it can be done in a speedy time if you need it. And before you assume that you do or don't need a LLC, registration, licensing, bonds, or any other requirements, check the rules first that apply to your state and the services that you are actually providing. We are going to build this correctly. So let's talk about something I noticed that confuses a lot of beginners: mortgage foreclosures versus tax foreclosures. They are not the same. The process is not even the same. So, a mortgage foreclosure generally occurs when a borrower defaults on a mortgage and the lender uses the legal process to foreclose on the property. Okay, so the county or whatever, they're going to sell that property so that they can gain their money. A tax foreclosure or a tax sales process involves unpaid property taxes and is handled according to state and local laws. Here's why this matters to us as advocates. Depending on the foreclosure process, a property may ultimately be sold for more than the debt or liens, taxes, costs, and other amounts that have priority that potentially creates surplus or excess proceeds. We'll say that. Those funds may be claimed by a former owner, a lien holder, an heir, or another legally entitled party, depending on, the claim's circumstance, depending on the circumstance. And that's where you do the research. That's where research begins. You have to do your due diligence. But I don't want you to try to learn all 50 states at once. Sit with one state or start with the state that you're in. Learn that process first. Then, once you understand how that process works, choose a county to do your research with, and that's pretty much how you keep this simple. Start where you are, learn the process, and then see how each county may be different with their process, and keep it simple from that point. So here's where we as beginners tend to overcomplicate things. You think you need this massive business set up before you can begin. Now, you don't need a fancy office. You don't need 15 different subscriptions or software subscriptions. You don't need all of that. You can do this without those things. But initially, I want you to focus on 3 basic things that you need, okay? You'll need a computer. That's number 1. You'll use it for research, like public records, documents, emails, managing your business. And we'll do this through Google. We'll use Google Workspace for that. Number 2, you'll need a phone, cell phone, business phone, however you do that. We can use Google Voice. You need a professional way for potential clients and business partners to communicate with you. And number 3, a website. Yes, I build my own websites. I've been building my own websites for 2 decades now. So your website establishes your online presence. So just imagine receiving a phone call from someone and they're telling you that you got money that's owed to you. Doesn't matter where it's from, but what's the first thing that you think you would do or anybody would do? And they'll go to Google. They'll Google you. They'll Google whoever it is. So your website helps answer the most important questions that a person may have. Who are you? What are you doing and why are you contacting me? And how can I contact you if I notice this is on the up and up? Because we got to be realistic about it. But we're not trying to build the world's fanciest website. We're just trying to build credibility. Now that we got the clarity situation out the way, this is your implementation stage. So don't just watch this video and go on to the next one. I want you to implement everything that I'm saying in this video right now. So you want to use your business guide. If you don't have that guide, I'll have it linked within this video. You want to use this to complete your business building assignment. That's what this is. So the first step you want to do is set up your business workspace. We're going to do that via Google. create your professional email, your business phone number, or if you're going to use your cell phone, that's totally fine. Make sure you have cloud space, which is the Google Drive. Those are the things that you're going to need. Two, you're going to organize your business through folders within the Google Drive. So create a folder for leads, clients, documents, claims, whatever you need. And then you're going to start designing your website. So once your workspace is created, you're going to design your website right through Google. It's free. Don't worry about perfection or we just want to get the foundation built. Don't worry about perfection. And finally, I want you to answer this question, okay? What's one question you hope I answer for this month? Put it in the comments down below. I'm going to use your questions to help shape, our upcoming trainings and Q&As that we're going to be doing. So that's why I'm asking that question. All right, so remember, advocates, we're not trying to learn everything about asset recovery overnight. We're building. So we're building this one system, one skill, and one action at a time. If you're wondering how you can get your website done and get it done for free, you're probably only going to have to pay for one thing, which is your domain name. But if you're wondering how you can do that, in the next video, I am showing you how to do everything I just mentioned in here, step by step. I'll see you in that one. And as always, let's build an asset recovery business together. Oh, and don't forget to leave your questions in the comment. Your questions. What's one question you're hoping that I will answer this month for you? Again, see you in the next one, or see you next Wednesday.